Okay, when last we left you guys, you had managed to possibly doom a, um, Tucker, I can tell it's you because A, you're giggling, and B, it's all
Drink.
color coded.
No. That I was giggling because I noticed right when you caught me. You just stopped.
When last we left you guys, a dragon had managed to, you'd managed to free a dragon, free a divine Kenku before the curse, and free a psychotic minotaur who you then promptly had to kill.
Fine.
Um, and then you guys left, I believe.
Yep.
And now, so Daco has wandered off again to investigate a investigate the dragon and the time dilation that it is currently causing in the skies above the palimpsest. And um, yeah, there is a grumpy dwarf currently cleaning his gun. Not a euphemism. Um,
Sure.
oh, so we going? We gonna go back then?
Yes, yes, I think it is time to head back to town and get some rest and maybe find someone that can appraise these art pieces.
Yeah.
We going to go over the overworld then, or we gonna take the servants' tunnels?
Servants' tunnels.
That sounds
Yeah.
less dangerous.
Well, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of water around here, and they're underground, so maybe they might be flooded. But back in my day, that's how we got around. Was the servants' tunnels? There was a night. There was like this magic mine cart. That's kind of enclosed, and it took us through the city.
Definitely sounds worth at least checking out.
Yeah.
Where are we having this conversation?
You're still where that portal was. You're right.
Okay, I thought we flew away and rode away.
Oh yeah, you guys actually
Through the
would have,
water.
but so you would have been further down. You would have actually, because that was over here. You would probably be about here. Well, let me dang it wrong. Helps if I'm on the right map. You'd be about there, which is probably why he stops, because he actually motions to a. It looks like kind of a weird little structure that's kind of sticking out of the water, with a door in front of it, and he's the entrance to him is right there. Although they don't extend much past the gate, so I suppose it'd be best to just keep on the overworld to keep on top side. I never feel that comfortable being out in the daylight for this long.
Maybe when Rock is actually back and with us, what with the breathing ability, that would be useful to explore just how flooded those tunnels are.
Well, Bill is with you.
Can Bill also breathe underwater?
Yeah, we need our turtle.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was more my thought. He could just go.
So you guys just heading back to town then?
Sounds like.
Yeah, for the time being. We'll check out the weird enclosed minecart maybe next.
Okay. It's a fairly easygoing time to get back to back to town. You do notice some harpies are eyeing you, but they don't. But they seem to be standing off. They're more trying to find a moment of weakness than. But
yeah, flick them off as we pass.
Do the whole see you as we continue on.
Bring it. I already lost my hand today.
Do they react at all when I fly by them?
They looked a little shocked, honestly. They don't try to harass you at all. In fact, there's. Oh, give me an insight check, actually.
I don't want to date a harpy.
I'm not gonna have you, Data Harpy. They seem, yeah, they just seem in awe of you a little bit, but beyond that, nothing else. Yeah. So you guys make it back to town.
Yep. I'll start showing Oben around, show him where our main camp is at the cathedral, and introduce him to various people as I point out the
I would
amenities.
ask for a perception check from all of you as you get back to
Ooh.
town.
A
Oh.
perception check.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
So So Zashi and Storm, you're like just too happy to be back to really notice anything. But so Whistler and Brutus, both of you kind of really rapidly see that like it seems like they're loading up wagons right now.
In an evacuation type way?
I mean, there's a lot of supplies on these wagons.
Does it
And
look
there
like
seems to, and the town also seems unusually empty.
Does it look like there's anyone directing the loading and unloading, or rather just loading?
You don't really see anybody on the streets. That's why it required a perception check. Is you just
Okay.
notice the loaded up wagons. It's mainly food and that kind of supplies. So, at least Whistler, I don't know how well Brutus would be able to extrapolate this, but Whistler, you probably can extrapolate. Yeah, these are evacuation carts.
Okay. I'm gonna fly over above where Sister Ayami lives and see if she's leaving.
She is currently. She's not leaving, but she currently has a bunch of. She's actually leading a congregation for once. There's a lot of people praying. And from your vantage point, when you fly up, that black pool is really close to town.
Yep, that Phoenix sludge.
Well, I've never seen it before.
Okay.
Don't touch it. No.
How much time do I have left on the ring?
You probably have about 10 more minutes.
Okay. He will, when he sees that, he will fly over and just try to use that last little bit of his flight time to scout out that sludge puddle.
Puma? Okay. Give me a investigation check. Give me a second.
Oh, there she goes. Puma's like, but what? I didn't do nothing wrong.
Yet.
Okay, so it's been eating. It is because it's ended up in somewhere where it's a little bit wider out. It's thinner. It's more spread out. You're pretty sure. It seems to actually, despite it looking like it should be cold and gross, it actually is radiating some heat. And you do realize, again, because of your intelligence, considering how slow it's moving, and the last time it was around, you guys have probably been gone for about a week and a half.
Uh-oh. It's longer than we thought.
Darn time dilation.
Yeah, I would just continue on through the town until I find actual people, and then see how much I could help with loading stuff up and getting people evacuated until we come up with a plan.
For the most part, it looks like most people have already been evacuated. The only ones still in town. So no one's at the Flower and Sickle. The Abernathy is still in, and he hasn't loaded up any of his supplies. He's doing the grumpy, like, I'm not gonna leave thing.
It's my store.
Yeah. I can't. Plautus is long gone. he basically left as soon as he. But it looks like the people in charge are are Ayame, um, Abernathy, and the sorry, and I'm blanking on their name right
Monk?
now. No, Monk's gone.
Monk's gone.
Well, isn't Abernathy also gone? No, wait. Abernathy's the alchemist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just blanking. Oh, Kaylee is actually the one that's leading up the last of.
Oh, well then, I just remembered I'm the deputy, and our sheriff is off investigating a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
I should probably go and talk to Kaylee then.
Kaylee seems to be the last person like that's actually loading up wagons. Ayame is basically leading the faithful and is trying to. Looks like she's trying to do some type of ritual, to protect the sanctity of the town.
Okay.
Abernathy's just being stubborn, but Kaylee is like actually like loading up supplies and trying to get the rest of the people out. As soon as she sees you guys approach, she's like, "Oh, thank God, you've been gone for entirely too long. We've evacuated everyone that couldn't fight, and even now, I think we're just going to abandon it unless. Can you fight this thing?"
Yeah, we might be able to. Which lean over, Brutus? Which thing? There were so many possible.
I think it's
things.
probably the sludge bird that kind of sort of almost killed us.
Right,
But that was just the two of us. There's 4 of us now, and maybe if like Kaylee and Ayame and people are willing to knuckle up with us, I bet we could handle it.
Yeah. If I remember right, Monk had said that like radiant type magic might, if we manage to do the final blow with that.
That should take care of it.
I'm gonna need a bit of a rest before I'm gonna be able to do any of my smiting.
You'd still have like 3 days. At which point, so it's not just the sludge. As it's gotten closer, some of the dead have started to reanimate on their own.
Of course they have. Is there an area they're like clustering, or are they just kind of trickling in?
They're just trickling in. They don't seem to last during the day, but at night, our graveyards have been emptied.
Okay. Well, at least they're not cohesive as a unit then. That helps. Because hopefully that means that there's not something consciously leading it. It's just the influence of the... This is not something Brutus would say. That's all way too much for him. All right, never mind.
So the dead disappear during the day, or they crumble during the day?
They collapse, and actually, they collapse. We've cremated most of the bodies, but there are a lot of old graves here that even we haven't scouted.
Well, I hate to be the one to say it, but during the daytime, we could just go and cremate and destroy the bodies before they reanimate any that are left.
Well, except, like, most of the city has graveyards, and this is like the old city, too.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
And she actually mentions there's been houses whose floorboards erupted because we didn't know that there was a grave underneath it.
Everyone needs to stop building on grave sites. We all do it. Everybody's got to stop that. Everyone does it. Cut it out.
Well, maybe actually go fight the Phoenix during the day and take it out before it gets closer to town.
Yeah, maybe. What time of day is it right now?
It would be late afternoon.
So maybe we could rest for now, wake up early, and deal with everything then.
There's no in any of the buildings in the city. So, most of them own a calendar. Abernathy would have a calendar.
Okay. That's where he's going next. But
Okay.
Okay. So, Oben, I hope you'd be willing to back us up while we fight this thing with your boomstick thingy. But
He
if you
cracks
do-
his knuckles. Like, oh, of course.
just don't get close to it. It's got this weird aura where you can't be healed, and if it like attacks you, it takes like a remove curse to actually be able to heal up afterwards.
Yeah.
I don't need any magic healing. I'm strong enough to handle any damn bird.
Well, good, because that bird's annoying.
Why
And
does the
so-
bird come in this direction?
It was
Anyway.
already traveling this way when Zashi and Brutus bumped into it on their solo adventure and threw a Molotov cocktail at it, which apparently turned it into a phoenix.
Yeah, don't
Not dead.
don't hit it with fire.
Yeah, no fire, no fuego.
But do we know why it's coming this way?
It just
Yeah.
already was sludging this way. No, we don't know. Other than that,
It's basically consuming. Yep. From what I understand, it was attracted by death, like people dying and needing to feed. And I imagine Storm's eyes are just like blink. It's like, what?
I'm trying to think about how we could cause now people to die in another location to send it that way.
yeah, right. Just like divert it and then never deal with it.
We do know a dragon.
I'm right. Oh, could we have the dragon come eat it and then we have to deal with that? No, let's not do that. Damn it, that'd be hilarious though.
At this point, actually, Bill would pipe up. Ooh. Phoenix leg. That's probably really tasty.
Probably not, Bill, but it was very goopy. It didn't really have a meat texture. It just kind of looked like sentient tar.
But it'd be like fried chicken, only it fries itself.
Alright. Yeah, I mean, I would, at this point, I guess, tell the followers. I mean, it sounds like that's our idea, right? To wait until, figure out who can help us, and then in the morning, go after it.
Yeah, I think so.
And in the meantime, maybe take shifts so that a few of us at least stay awake for when the zombos inevitably attack in the night.
I do imagine Brutus actually calls them zombos.
Oh, probably. Them zombers.
The zombers.
The
Yeah,
zombers.
definitely take shifts. Don't want any zombos
Yes.
creeping up on us while we nap.
Those of us non-spellcasters can do that.
Okay, and then Whistler, you wanted to visit Abernathy?
Yep. Is Abernathy there?
Yeah, Abernathy's there. He's so you're not a coward either. You're not gonna have some bird. Oh, sorry.
And he walks up to the wall where the calendar is, and he taps on the wall, on the calendar.
You want my calendar? Do you want to know what date it is? It is. I mean, it would be approximately 10 days from when you left, but I guess that would make it the 14th of the 8th month.
Whistler's shoulders slump. He looks completely defeated and depressed, and he walks out the door.
Oh.
Oh. I know why you're defeated and depressed. But
I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, because only the GM knows something that Whistler did last time.
yeah.
Sad.
I'm so curious.
It might come up. It will.
Okay.
So, okay. Yeah. So you see Whistler. Looks defeated for some reason as he walks out of Abernathy's shop.
He
Whistler-
walks out to the little intersection where we buried Sandy, and he just lays on the ground.
Oh, right. That's why. Damn it. Oh.
I get it.
Brutus is probably not comforting
Make a
him for
perception check when you do that, Tucker.
Oh, great! Sandy's gonna eat me.
Oh my god.
No,
Dexterity
Even
check.
from the grave. Even from the fucking grave.
it's not that high of a perception check. The ground seems recently disturbed.
Even from the
Like is like a hole.
Yeah,
like someone climbed out of it.
yeah.
like his body ain't there no more.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
If Zashi sees Whistler lay down there, is he laying in the disturbed?
Did he crawl?
No.
No. They
No,
would have filled up the hole, but it like when you fill up a hole.
It's obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're not gonna
Yeah.
just have.
Actually, if any, he's actually digging in that freshly disturbed dirt. He's
Okay.
not laying in it. If he comes and he realizes it's freshly disturbed,
Mhm.
he's digging with his hands because he doesn't have a shovel.
Okay.
Okay. Do we see Whistler doing this, or are we too far away?
Now you'd see him.
I will assist Whistler, and as I am doing that, I'm going to fill Whistler in on the fact that the dead have been rising at night, and that the undead phoenix is getting closer, and I think it's because of it. But I will help him dig up the grave.
Okay.
It
is empty.
He will.
There is a.
He will make a little illusion of a person laying on their belly in his hand, like a little figure, and then he'll change it so that it's on fire.
Mhm.
Actually,
And then go
Kaylee
back
would, because Kaylee would be there. I'm like, actually, no. Your friend was walked towards the goop. When he rose, it was strange. Most of them just kind of wandered around mindless. Would attack any living creature that came by, but he seemed to actually maintain some type of intelligence.
And he walked towards the phoenix?
Correct.
How many days ago did he rise?
3 days ago.
And the bird's how far away now?
About 3 days out from
Yeah,
It's
he's probably
speed.
already there.
From its speed, yeah.
Huh. Well, that can't be good. Dust my hands off.
How far is it from our speed? Like, if we
About
were to
2 hours. And this thing is ungodly slow.
Yeah.
A very slow ooze.
Mhm.
Just annoying to fight.
Oh, Whistler's walking towards it.
Okay.
The ooze?
I will let Whistler know we were planning on healing up, resting, and going out together tomorrow morning to take care of it. And we can look for Sandy's risen body along the way.
Okay. Well, so was Whistler able to tell it's going to be here in 2 hours when
No,
he was investigating it?
It's going to be here in 3 days. It takes you 2 hours to get over there.
Oh, okay. That's what you're saying.
Unless you fly, at which point it takes you like 5 minutes. But
Mm-hmm. Got it. I'll turn around and I'll walk back.
Okay.
I would want to go to Sister Ayame and see if I can help. Maybe see if she can help us prepare it all for this phoenix in the morning.
She's leading a again, it's a prayer, but it also seems like some type of ritual.
Oh, so don't interrupt.
Yeah, she's
Okay, never mind.
and even when she's not talking, you wait around for a bit, and the chant stops. But pretty much, she then says, "Let us all meditate to regain our energies," and then she kind of.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Then yeah,
I mean, you can go talk to her. She's.
No, I'm not an asshole. I'm gonna leave that be.
I
but
would
I'm
like a
sure-
perception check from you, though.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a weird tingling, but like you have no idea what it is.
Okay. I'm sure Rock would want to be there, but other than that, I don't know if Jay would care. Okay.
Before, since Whistler's heading back, I'll go back over to Kaylee and actually show her the dragon antler.
Whistler's just following Zashi
Okay.
Oh, okay.
behind, not really talking to you, but just like nodding, waddling behind you slowly.
Yeah. So I will show Kaylee the river dragon antler and ask if she would be able to maybe make a handle for my sword or something similar with it.
She kind of looks at you and says, "I mean, sure, if we didn't have a giant black puddle of doom coming towards us."
I'm talking about for after we handle it. Come on, Kaylee.
If we survive.
I'm talking about if we survive. I am planning for the future.
Sure.
She's the ever optimist.
I am.
The vote of faith in our ability?
Yes, I have faith in our ability. And I guess I will start playing with my river dragon whisker while we walk around and see if anyone needs help loading up or if anyone is able to assist in the fight in the morning before I go rest. Dragon whisker.
Okay. Just about everybody, any of the civilians here do have some combat training, but they're not. You get the feeling that they're not in the best shape, and from what you remember of that fight, like just being close to this thing.
Yeah. No, my plan is to kind of help them, whoever's staying, help them kind of get an idea of, for them to know how far back they need to stay so that they can make preps for long distance fighting if we fail.
Okay. Most of them have longbows. They know but they're currently in the process of like, it's goop. How do you hurt goop with arrows?
Pray really hard at it from the sound of things. Well, I was gonna say my other go-to would be finding my little troop of what you call them, kobolds, and chat with them, and then maybe go talk to Resplendent.
Resplendent is like,
and take Jay and Storm with me if they want to go.
So easy enough. The kobolds actually take you towards Resplendent, who's off town.
Okay.
She is not the little girl you remember with the really shiny chest and the pigtails. She is now.
Yeah.
She looks like she's, I would say, 11. She's wearing like, she still has a lot of shiny bits on her, but now it looks like a studded leather coat.
Okay.
Like short, actually a hairstyle very similar to yours, actually, Shayna. And like, she looks like, oh, Brutus. I mean, she first perks up really excited and like, what do you want?
You look glorious. How have you been?
Whatever.
Storm will just be like, "Oh, awesome."
I love it. Maybe Jay can step forward at this point and
Jay is. You get the sense that, like, as much as possible, Resplendent is trying to copy Jay. So that's.
I got that vibe. The way you described it, I was like, I know where that's going. So Jay will step forward and particularly compliment the coat because it's really rocking. And then repeat the question, how is she doing? Like make small talk first.
Yeah, she's I'm good. The people seem to be leaving. I don't really want to not. It was really boring in the ruins. Am I allowed to come with you guys, or is there something I can do? Maybe we can stay here. I mean, it is my kingdom and all.
Yeah, no, I was actually coming. We were coming here to help and offer our assistance to you in fighting what's coming.
Oh, of course. Any allies to what's coming? My minions are. And she's got to like try to like cover, and then she's like, "Listen, they're really stupid, and they don't have any idea what's going on."
Don't worry, we only know because we saw it in person as well. It's this sludge thing that turned into an undead phoenix, and it's a real pain in the ass. But with enough of us, I think we'll be good.
Okay, what can I do?
We saw her do a.
You've seen her emit light as a breath weapon. You've
Yeah.
seen the ability for the kobolds to reflect said light.
Yeah. If you could use your radiance and perhaps have the kobolds assist with directing that awesome power towards the phoenix, I think that should be enough to help. That
As
could weaken
long
it,
as
or
I'm not risking my magnificence, of course.
Of course, yeah. No, you wouldn't have to. You would be further back. We would stand in front of you to defend you.
As you should.
Of course. We could not risk a single scratch on your magnificence.
Well, just let me know where I should stand and where I should direct my power, and I will stand, well, not beside you, behind you, but you know.
Yes, of course. Yeah. All right, so that's them.
For some reason, I'm picturing a Care Bear.
Brutus will also, in his very clumsy way, like take after Jay and be like, "Yeah, I really like your coat." He doesn't have the charisma for anything else. He's just mimicking. He's like, "Oh, that works. I'll do that." Yeah. Okay.
And I'll be right back. If you guys want to discuss your plans, or if you want to take a long rest, it's up to you.
Oh, I definitely want a long rest, but I also want plans.
Well, now that we have at least some radiance literally on our side.
Yeah,
I was thinking either. Go ahead.
Sorry. Zashi will thank Brutus. She said, I was going to swing by, but you already have to get her, so sweet! How's Resplendent doing?
He brushes his little badge, his one item, his badge. He's like, she's fine, willing to help us so long as she's not risking herself, which I don't think she should have to if that light breath attack thing from last time is any indication. I think we should be good. If anything, from what Sister Ayame told us, that could be the final blow if that's what we need. And he chuckles to himself at final blow because, final blow and it's a breath attack. And I'm too tired to make it a joke in the real world, but you know the pieces.
Yep. Awesome.
Does anyone else not need as much rest, or because I need rest for healing, but since I don't have spells, it would be easier for Brutus to take one of the inconvenient watches. He and Jay, and I don't think Rock didn't take any damage either. I'm just trying to think how we can divvy up watch, because the zombies are going to attack.
Yes.
There will be a zombie situation before the sun rises, but I want to make sure the spellcasters sleep first.
Well, we also have all our followers too. I mean, I'm assuming we're staying in the church.
Yep.
That would be the Sister Ayame's or our church?
Ours.
Okay. We need a name for that. We should name it at some point. Okay. Yeah, sounds good to me. We can have maybe the followers stand watch first then, so everybody can get their sleep.
Okay,
And then
does
rotate out.
Brutus mention the feeling when he had been in Ayami's presence when she was like,
If anyone had mentioned Ayame, I'd say, yeah. I would have said, or he would have said something like, yeah, I was there and I wanted to talk to her, but they were praying and then they were meditating and everything got real tingly for a bit, so I didn't want to mess with it and I just left. But Rock is still there hanging out.
she was probably doing some sort of clericy thing. If it's some sort of ritual, we might be able to sit there and she might be able to buff us a little bit before we head out in the morning.
Oh, good idea. Go over there. We could just we can sleep there. Let the holiness, absorb it through osmosis while we sleep. That whole idea.
I don't think so. Hold on. One moment.
Nope. This is a hot show. So how are you guys?
Good. Tired.
Long week.
Long. Yeah. Long week.
Long existence.
Pretty much just long existence. Long year. I'm ready for 2019 to be gone.
Yes.
Oh,
Then thank you.
yes, same here.
Pretty please.
But
Okay.
what direction is it coming from?
Yeah, I'm unclear on the whole map, really. Like where exactly we are versus where this thing's coming from.
Okay. Well, if I remember right, we had, in our solo adventure together, we had gone this way.
That's what I thought, but I don't remember if it was along that path or a different way, because going that way was also where we found the other Yanti that was raising mad cows.
Right.
So I didn't remember if that was along that path or a slightly different one.
Okay. Well, as soon as Scott yep. So
Yeah.
Scott, would you remind us which direction the undead phoenix is coming from? Because I kind of remember that Shayna and I had gone this way during our solo adventure, but we both think that was where. Okay. So it was further past the mad cows.
Oh, okay.
Well, now it's technically here.
Okay, but it was coming. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You were right.
Cool.
So where is our land in relation to the town square in relation to that?
Okay, so where your area is,
Uh-huh.
your temple is right here. The town is
Okay.
here, and then the thing is here.
Okay. So it's got to destroy the whole rest of the town before it gets to us.
Yes.
Yeah, we got time.
It might, if it eats enough people, maybe it will be full.
Maybe it'll get full. I mean, undead are known for having limited appetites.
And
Scott,
phoenixes aren't, spirits of consumption whatsoever.
No, that's a weird. Where'd you get that?
Everybody gets full.
Uh-huh.
Everybody gets full.
Except the second stomach for dessert.
for me, Scott,
Uh-huh.
with the 14 days, does that mean that my Goat of Terror is available again?
Weirdly, no.
Because we were in the time dilation.
Yeah, because the
right,
Goat of
that's-
Terror statue was in the time dilation with you.
Yeah. All right. That's what I thought I wanted to verify. So, Scott, after our long rest in the night, one of the first things we want to do before heading after the big bad birdie is possibly sit in on one of Sister Ayame's sessions.
Yep.
In hopes for maybe some small buff before we go fight the birdie.
Okay, so in the middle of the night, does anybody speak Hobgoblin or Goblinoid?
Wait,
I do not.
he doesn't. Ah, man, I thought I had given that to Jay, but I guess not.
Okay. Oben does. So Oben will translate for you, but he
Okay.
says it's kind of his gruff, weird manner. But the gist of it is oh great spirit of protect us from the evil that comes, and like the chants get loud at night, and so as there a few zombies do appear, but this strange white spirit, like ethereal spirit, comes and like stabs them all in the back and disintegrates them. And as you and uh, that any of them that you see around the grouping. Also, you wouldn't know this during it, but when you the goop only got about half the distance it should have.
Oh. Some kind of repellent. That's useful too.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody wanted to, did anybody want to observe the goop while the night was going on?
Storm would have been observing the goop.
You see a familiar figure standing in the goop and like holding it back.
Holding it back? Who is it?
It's the ghost of Sandy is currently in the middle of it, holding it back.
Don't
The ghost of Sandy?
redeem him.
Where is his body? Do I see his...
You see actually a pristine body floating on top of the goop.
He was what's the race that he was again? I forget what it's the technical term. I think
He's an Earth Genasi.
Mm-hmm.
Genasi,
Genasi.
yeah.
Okay, right. And those are the ones that can be one of the elements.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. It's like I know he's not a golem. I don't remember what the term is. All right. Well, maybe it can't fuck with stone. Maybe that's useful information. Because if it's pristine, it's been eating up everything else. I don't remember actually. Did we bother attacking it with metal weapons?
We
don't recall.
did, and it didn't do nearly as much. Plain metal weapons didn't do nearly as much damage as they should have, from what I remember.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Oh,
maybe
it just they did the exact same damage as everything else.
yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
The only thing that you guys remember not doing anything is that fire seemed to heal it, and necrotic and poison didn't do shit.
Yeah, that's right.
For sure, fire bad. We learned that lesson. Oopsie.
Necrotic bad too.
My bad.
And it did not like getting hit with radiant damage at all.
Yeah.
Maybe if we get a lot of fire, it will get full.
You know that freeze fight fire with fire? Like when you see a building on fire, you toss gasoline on it, right? If you throw enough, eventually the fire stops being a problem. Then it's the explosion. Let's not destroy all of Malys. I don't feel like that's Scott's goal here.
What is my goal?
Nothing.
Destroy all of Malys.
If we just make it all go boom. No. Okay. If at any point there is something that Sister Ayame seems to need or want help with, we'll do that. But otherwise, I think we're focusing on resting and absorbing that good juju.
Okay.
Taking using the followers first to take turns and stand watch for zombies and whatnot. Even though you've already described
As the sun rises, the group stops doing its. I mean, it's still moving, but the rest of the undead collapse, and the spirit recedes back into the body, and the body sinks back into the goop.
That makes sense with what they were talking about. Okay. That's also good news for Whistler if he really wants to bring Sandy back. Because body be pristine and spirit clearly be there. I mean, God, but okay. I want Whistler to be happy. All right. Is everybody now well rested, and do we want to go do this thing?
I think so.
Okay, it's not gonna be a battle map because it's a giant puddle of goop.
That's
So
I think I have a god, but I say some kind of prayer. Let me look. I don't think Brutus has any kind of allegiance, as it were, but yeah. Oh yeah, no, I don't have a single one. Just the
Zashi-
gods in general, the pantheon. Just like, please, thank you.
Zashi will pray to the Lord of Serpents, the aspect that she worships, not Yig, and before heading out.
Okay.
And Whistler will bring back Flap.
Okay.
Flap!
Although I don't have a character sheet for Flap anymore because I recycled it.
Oh.
I'm sure Flap will not be all that useful.
Yeah.
Hey,
It has
it's,
1 hit point.
it's the fun
If it gets anywhere close to this phoenix, it's gonna die.
You know what? That is one attack that didn't hit one of us.
No, because it has an aura of death around it.
Yeah, it kind of sucks the life out of you if you're
It
close.
just explodes.
Yeah, less tiny flesh shield, more just additional casualty.
Okay, so I need initiative checks from everybody, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, we're just going to go out there?
That's what you guys said, right?
Well, we're going to sit
Sister
on,
Amos.
go to
Okay.
Sister Ayame's, and hopefully get a little bit of a buff of whatever she's doing before heading
She
out.
looks exhausted. Like she's been doing this every night for the past 3 nights.
Okay, so she's doing that and unable to do it in the morning.
She doesn't have to. So it looks like you can hazard a guess that she sleeps in the morning and then basically.
Yeah, she's working the night shift.
Got it.
You do see some of the most of the parishioners here are asleep, but there is like 2 or 3 that actually greet you in the morning, like, oh, you're back.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out to try to take care of, the undead phoenix.
We've
Is
been
Sister-
stalling it as much as we can, but I think Sister Ayame is at her limit, and you can actually tell she looks. I mean, it's always kind of hard to tell with hobgoblins because of just the fur. But she looks like she's not doing well physically.
Okay.
Like she's been doing a 12-hour ritual every night. That's just.
Yeah. Well, you guys have certainly been doing a phenomenal job because it's not here yet, and that gives us enough time gave us enough time to rest up so we can go try and take care of it. So thank you.
I wish you luck. Is there anything else we can provide?
Unless you have some sort of guidance or protection against the undead.
Or
We can. We are not. Sayami's powers need to be dedicated to keeping the things that attack us at night at bay. However, we are not the most powerful, but we can offer you a blessing.
That would be helpful.
Of course. If anyone who
What?
needs, and it brings out a bowl of water, and it is, anyone who needs it.
I drink some of the water.
stick your beak in it. Like those desk toys, the executive toys that just. God damn it.
Yeah, he's like, I mean, I guess that's one way. I was just going to anoint you, but I suppose that might help.
What was
It tastes like water.
what was the spell that we needed to fix Zashi when she couldn't heal? I don't recall.
Restoration.
Lesser restoration.
No,
I
sorry,
think.
remove curse. You need to remove
Yep.
curse for it.
Okay, these guys probably wouldn't have
Nope.
the ability to. Yeah, okay. Then yeah, take the blessing. Everybody. All the followers, all of the
It's okay.
rats.
We might have to see Sister Ayame after we fight the big
Yeah.
bad birdie. But all right, so the blessing for at least Zashi, Brutus, and Whistler, because we're all together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Brock is there too. I'm using him. I'm gonna Jaeger him for this because I have a feeling we'll need it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't think Steph ever had followers for him.
You didn't.
But yeah. because I don't have that.
When they're talking about remove curse, I look at one of the clerics, I pull out my spell book, and I open it and I point to it.
We can't cast that, but if you defeat this thing, then Ayame should be able to regain her powers, and she definitely can.
So we won't have a field medic, but we'll have backup for hopefully when we
And
win.
Rock was like, I can cast it, and apparently you can cast it.
Can he?
Well, I can't cast it.
I thought it was in your spell book.
No. That's I was trying to get them to teach me it.
Oh, they're clerics. They can't teach a wizard how to cast remove curse.
Huh, he doesn't have it on his list. What level spell is it?
It would be a 3rd level spell.
He only has up to 2nd because he's only level 4. So
Oh yeah, that's right.
yeah. You said that, I got really excited. I immediately started looking. I'm like, wait, where'd it go?
Okay.
Well, that's
Okay.
sounds like that's as good as we're gonna get, unless we want to stop by Abernathy and Kaylee too and see if they want to come with and fight. And I don't think Abernathy's gonna want to, but maybe he can.
Yeah, I'll go to Abernathy. Oh,
He looks at you, he's like, "Oh, you're back. What can Abernathy do for you today?"
Sashi will, because she's kind of walking around with Whistler. I think Whistler was hoping to see if you have anything that might help against the Phoenix before we head out. And
I've been preparing
She
to.
is playing with her dragon whisker again.
I've consulted with Sister Ayame and Kaylee just for this instance. He hands you 1 potion.
What is it?
This is a potion of remove curse.
Thank you very much. That
That
will
is
be helpful.
super useful.
I look at it and then I point to his where he keeps his scrolls that I was looking for through.
He there's of course, and he starts looking through. It'll take you some time. He doesn't give you a spell scroll. He opens up his spell book to remove curse.
Uh-huh. All right.
He offers you can copy
Yeah.
it.
I will copy it,
Okay.
but it's going to take out some time.
Yeah.
It's going to take 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I mean, we said we were starting early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you still have days.
We've got
so-
all day.
And I'm gonna go
Yeah.
grab coffee.
Okay, so as Whistler starts writing in the book, Zashi will pat his back and say, I'm going to go introduce Oben and Resplendent and make sure that Oben recognizes that she's an ally.
Jay will go with for that.
Yes. And
Jay,
I will wait
Jay
until
will sort
Scott
of
gets
like
back
the
because yeah.
I love that she's slowly aging, is becoming a punk.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, it makes
They
sense
can
that
have
she's
any
aging
info at
faster
all.
than normal because the Knoll aged super fast.
Oh, okay.
And so, I mean, Resplendent was an egg when the time thing happened. It's in the other pot, sweetie.
I should do what I do. Just bring the whole pot and put it on your desk. I just go through one every Saturday while we do this.
I have done that before. I actually have a coffee carafe that's actually really pretty. But that
So-
means actually remembering to put the coffee in it.
That's fair. Mine's just, since it's cold brew, I already put it in. We don't have a proper craft. This is an old. I don't actually know. What do you call these for beer?
Growlers.
Growlers. Thank you. I forgot it. Yeah, this was just an old growler from a brewery in Washington. 'Cause it was
Okay,
real
so if I overheard you right, you're introducing Oben to Resplendent.
Yes, and making sure that he recognizes that she is our ally.
Okay,
she's-
so this is okay. So Oben goes with you to Resplendent. First, looks at her and like, what's a little girl gonna do? And then he looks closer. Like he stares closer, and then he gets color just drains from his face. He reaches his gun out and like,
Jay steps
it's
in
the
front of
devil.
Nope. So Zashi actually puts her hand on his shoulder. It's like, it's okay. This is why I'm with you.
No,
because I
it's
wanna-
not. Do you understand what this creature is? At which point,
Yes,
Resplendent's like,
a
creature?
Mercury, not a creature, Mercury dragon. Her name is Resplendent, and she is an ally.
You ally with the daughter of the great evil?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't call her a great evil. She's actually a statue now.
She
She's
enforced the
boring and
law
then
of the
you
of an empire. She's the one that trapped me in stone for millennia.
I didn't think Resplendent did that. Or, I mean,
Meseravis did that.
No, I thought it was someone else. Anyhow, well, let me put it this way, Open. She actually ruled over the wastes and over my people for a long time. She is gone, though. And I am not going to have the child take responsibility for the sins of the parent.
I suppose that is compassionate, but I will not be fighting with that thing at my back.
You are actually both going to be
Side by side.
not side by side, but one on either back because you're a long range weapon. You have a long range weapon. You're going to be kind of along the same section of fighting.
And Jay says, and I will stand between you.
Yep. So you're not going to be right next to each other. We need you farther apart so that we can spread out the attention of the Phoenix.
Very,
She's not going to be behind you, and you are not going to be behind her.
very well. But I am keeping my eye on you. And then he huffs off.
Yeah. Whew.
At which
That
point,
went-
Resplendent, who hasn't really said anything, looks at him like, what was that about?
He
just has an attitude problem.
Well, he's actually really racist, from what I understand. And he kind of has a grudge against your mother. That's why I wanted to make sure that I was here when he met you for the first time, because I was expecting a blow up like that. By the way, you are looking dazzling as always. Love the new jacket.
Yes, it's. I had it specially commissioned.
And Xiaoxi will, because she knows Whistler's taking some time, she'll visit with Resplendent and ask how things have been going and how the kobolds have been settling in, and probably listen to some of the antics of the kobolds.
Resplendent is. Actually, Resplendent spends most of her time talking about how cool Jay is.
I am also good with that.
Is Jay still there for this and just politely pretending not to listen? Or...
Correct.
Okay, there we go.
And yeah, after I'm done visiting with Resplendent, I will actually check in on Chef and Bliss before I head out.
Okay, it'll take about that time, Whistler. You should be done copying.
Yeah.
Because
The thing
once
that sucks is I won't actually have it until the next day, so
Yeah.
it's not gonna help us.
It might still be helpful though if Sister Ayame can't,
Yeah.
do for everybody. It's better than not having it for sure. Good idea.
Mhm.
After that, or maybe while this is happening, Brutus would go back to Kaylee.
Okay, Kaylee. Oh, Brutus.
We're gonna head out soon and take care of that Phoenix. Just wanted to make sure you didn't need anything, or check if you had anything that might help us, or if you wanted to come fight with us.
Unfortunately, I'm needed here. I would love to scrap a little bit. God, I wish my wife was here. She would be right up there with you.
Oh, you got married when we were gone?
I think she's always been married, right?
Well, last time at the party, Scott referred to her as a girlfriend, so...
Oh, congratulations! Brutus actually is very happy. All right, well, yeah, no, that's fine. If you, I know that you're needed.
I mean, I
and-
could send for her, but she's quite a distance away. I don't think she will get here in time.
if we fail, on the off chance that we fail, perhaps that would be a good fallback plan, but off chance I'm going with Zashi's idea of just like, yeah, we're gonna do this, it's fine.
I mean,
When-
it would be
when-
easier to get Marlowe here, but I'm not sure that's where he's at either.
God knows. Who's Marlo?
He's the one who directs our current efforts of the organization I
Oh.
belong to.
Probably a good guy then. Maybe someday we'll meet.
It's probably a genius.
She
Probably-
kind of like thinks about that for a second, like.
Well, I didn't
wouldn't-
say that because I can't talk.
Yeah.
We'll pretend Brutus said that. Sounds like a genius.
He's intelligent. He is wise in his own way.
One of those. They have their moments.
He has his moments of insight.
Well, then, yes, I hope to meet the rest of your group after this is dealt with. Wish us luck, I suppose, and
Good luck.
bye. Try and round everybody up now. Have we talked with all the people? I think so, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Whistler will walk up to Zashi and he will hand Zashi a ring. And he'll say in a voice that you've never heard, you don't really know, but he'll just say, borrow,
Okay.
return.
I will give it back to you at the end of the fight. And she'll put the ring on.
Borrow, return.
Borrow, return.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I will give it back to you at the end of the fight. Thank you.
Borrow, return.
No,
Did you
what?
lend him a ring at some point and he's returning it to you?
Nope. Not to my knowledge. What does it do, Whistler?
He'll do that. He'll walk up, he'll grab Abernathy.
Mm-hmm.
He'll pull Abernathy over, point to the ring, then point to you and say, borrow, return. And while looking at Abernathy, he says, points at the ring.
Is this the ring you found at the very beginning?
Yeah.
Okay. He will. He's like, if you wear that, you two will share your life force. It and its matching part will share each other's life force. It's,
Well, who has the other ring then?
Borrow, return. You said it, Scott, because you said it works with just one, right?
Yeah, it just works with one because it's. So yeah, you don't know who you're borrowing it from, but you're borrowing it from someone.
You're linking up with somebody, though.
I'm linking up with someone.
Oh, okay. I thought you said that, like, if I attuned to it and gave it to
Oh
somebody.
yeah, that's sorry. I was blanking on how that one works. Yeah, you're right. It's how
Well, right. Well, I need if I was attuning to it and they were wearing it
uh-huh.
or whatever, I could use theirs.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm trying to get Zashi to do it the other way.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So
Okay, so you want me to... Okay, so I will attune to it and then hand it back to Whistler.
And then he smiles and he puts it on.
Speaking of things like that, Zashi will pull out the Periapt of Health amulet she found. And let's see, who needs
give me a
protection?
wisdom check on that.
Okay. Just a straight wisdom check.
Yeah.
15.
You're pretty sure the periaptive health, it's a powerful artifact, but it's probably not going to be useful in this fight.
Nope, not anticipating. I just, because magic items came up. Zashi's already immune to disease and illness.
Mm-hmm.
So she is going to hand it, I think, to Storm.
You're giving it to Storm?
Yep. It's not going to help in this fight, Storm, but it might help if we run into something that causes disease later, or if something tries to bite you and you won't get infected.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, basically you're borrowing part of Whistler's health. Is functionally what it does.
Ooh, but Whistler takes the damn. Oh no.
But I can take the ring off and end the spell if I start dying.
Mm-hmm.
But I have resistance to everything and +1 to AC and saves.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
But you're a radiant melee powerhouse, so
Yeah.
I need you close.
Yeah.
And that's yeah. Okay. Anything else before you guys start this fight?
I don't think so. We've gotten like a lot prepped, honestly.
Okay. So initiative checks.
Let's see. Oh,
Of course.
God. Did you not turn your cheats off, Scott?
Well, was that for Oben or was that for the Phoenix?
That was the Phoenix.
No, that was Oben, right?
No, Oben has a much higher dexterity than 14.
But that was for Oben, right?
And yet he'll somehow roll a lot lower.
Yeah, a 10. There you go. Okay, so the first one, Brutus. What the? Okay, that's wrong. Actually, that's correct. So I definitely got a 120.
Brutus gets to go like 5 times before everybody else.
I'll take it. I mean, he's probably going to be the one that's dead by the end of this. Okay, so that's Brutus.
So Flap gets to go first.
That's Jay.
He gets to fly out and go poof.
Okay.
Did you anoint Flap? Did Flap take the blessing?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, he
Okay.
did.
If we could all be blessed, we're all blessed.
Well, that's not. You're not blessed. You took a blessing. You don't have the 1d4 from.
Oh.
What do we have? We'll find out.
Yeah, you'll find out.
Okay. I imagine that after Whistler started drinking from it, Flap just dove into it,
Mm-hmm.
his belly flopped.
Did the bat thing with a long tongue.
Okay, what is her?
Okay, that should be everybody, I think.
Well, except for Bliss, who is coming, but she's staying pretty far back.
Okay.
And Resplendent?
I rolled for Resplendent.
You did? Oh, okay, sorry. I didn't know.
She got a 12.
Oh, that's what that one was. Okay.
So it looks like we'll start with Flap. You guys, to set the scene, it is you're right outside what used to be a pasture. It's just this black ooze. You can see bits of body and decaying flesh. Some of it humanoid, most of it like cow and bison. It's basically absorbed everything that is run across in the past few days. Adding more and more to its giant mass. And in the center of it is just this like weird mounding, bubbling liquid. So what does Flap do?
Flap is going to stay on my chest and hold his action for Dragon's Breath.
Okay. That would bring us to Zashi.
All right, so first thing Zashi is going to do is cast protection from evil and good on herself.
Okay.
It did cast, right?
But that's an action, so
Yep, that is an action.
so you drink some holy water.
Drink some holy water, cast it on myself, and then I'm going to start kind of circling around the phoenix. I'm still going to be a little bit further away, but I want to be within 30 feet so that my next turn I can get up close.
Okay.
And I don't have any bonus actions, so that I can do right now.
Okay.
That is my turn.
You see the liquid start to roil and bubble. It's now the phoenix's turn. As it pulls itself into the shape of this giant black vulture. It screams. You see all the dead chunks like roiling inside of its oozy, amorphous, rotten form. At the very bottom, though, connected by this weird spectral chain, is the pristine body of Sandy, with a chain wrapped around the phoenix's ankle. But the phoenix screams.
I wave at Sandy.
I mean, it's just a body.
Hi, body of dead friend. Is that like a hot tub in there? Wait for the bubbling. It's like a jacuzzi.
And that's its entire turn to reform itself. So.
Okay.
Anyone with it, and I'm assuming none of you guys got within 10 feet of it. So.
No.
Okay. Then who's next? Somebody got a 21.
That's Bliss. So Bliss is going to be staying at least 60, just at 60 feet back, and she will hit it with Ray of Frost.
Okay.
So that is a +4 to hit.
No.
And I'm pretty sure that misses.
It goes super wide.
She's a little scared of this thing. I'm going to go with that.
Oh, did we bring our followers to the fight too?
Apparently Zashi did.
I only brought Bliss because she's got something that she can do from far enough back where she won't be close.
I brought Jay because she said she'd be there with Resplendent and she can at least heal and Vicious Mockery. But she's also staying 60 feet away at all times.
Okay. And that would bring us. So, no one had a 20. No one had a 19. So who had the 18?
That was Brutus. In order, that's Brutus, Jay, and then Rock.
Okay, so Brutus.
Okay. Brutus, we didn't talk about this, but I assume we would have talked about this. What with him not immediately charging in right away? So he has 3 javelins left.
Okay.
From those explorations earlier, so he's going to throw one of them now.
Yeah, okay. That definitely hits.
Yay, thank God. I don't think he's hit with a single javelin yet. For 10 damage.
It screams in pain.
Good.
Hold on, I have to do a calculation real quick because it's at full health. So
I realized going through my list, I still have a ton of stuff that we haven't done anything with yet. I have an animated zombie skull named Chompers from the first section that I forgot about.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't know why. I just we should find something to do with it. Mounted.
Okay, so 10 damage. You're gonna make your other attack. You're gonna throw your other javelin.
I was gonna say, can I with?
Yeah, you can throw another javelin.
Yeah, I'll do that then. So follow-up javelin, 17.
A 17 just nicks it in the wing.
Oh, good. Okay. Oops, nope, wrong thing. There we go. For 8 damage.
Okay, so it's taking 18 points of damage so far. And then so 17, so Rack.
Oh God. I wasn't anticipating this, so I didn't go over his stuff. He has oh, I don't want to use any of that yet. What is we don't want that. Oh God, I should have helped him with his spells. None of his cantrips are damage. Well, he actually has Bless. So he'll, since he's standing further back with Jay and Resplendent and them, he'll cast Bless on the three of us that I'm assuming are up in front, which I would assume would be Zashi, Brutus. Who else would be in the front?
That would be the only melee ones. The only other people, the other people that would be doing attacks would probably be, Oben and maybe Resplendent. But even Resplendent's breath weapon isn't a. It's a dex save, not a.
Okay. Well, so then Open as well, if they're the
Okay.
only three attacking.
Okay.
So yeah, he'll bless. So now we are blessed, and three of us also have bless. And that's an action, and I don't think he has any bonus action spells at all. Let me check. Well, wait, a spiritual weapon.
Spiritual weapon's a spell, but he already cast a spell.
Yeah,
So it would be
Okay,
one of his
then-
cantrips.
yeah. None of his cantrips are bonus. Unfortunately, they're all full action spells.
Okay.
So I guess that's it. Yeah.
Okay. And then no one had a 16. Let's see who's next. Storm. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to cast Shatter right on it. It's a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. And that's thunder damage, right?
Yep.
That's a 14.
Fails.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll damage.
For 13 points of damage.
Okay. Thunder is like boom comes from inside the chest of the phoenix. So it's now taken 31 points of damage. Okay. And then that would be now it would be, I want to say, Resplendent's turn. Right? Yeah, Resplendent's turn. And she's going to, you see a bunch of the kobolds kind of like go up on the ruins with their shields bounced, and so she bounces the blast right into the center of the phoenix. The phoenix has to make a dexterity saving throw, which surprisingly, even though it's a fucking bird, is apparently really bad at.
It's distracted. It's chained down.
However,
by-
it still is able to roll a natural 19, so it only takes half damage.
Sandy time.
But it's
Well, it's still for us.
vulnerable to radiant damage, so it's actually full. So 25 points of radiant damage, so it is getting hit for 56. Okay. It screams in pain. It is now Oben's turn. Becca, you're just gonna have it shoot it.
Yep.
Okay. Oben is on the opposite side. Is looking at is unfortunately distracted by watching Resplendent, and he's literally keeping an eye out on her at all times. So he has disadvantage on these attacks.
Mm-hmm.
But he is blessed, so there's that.
Yeah. A little bit.
Why am I not? Oh, because apparently /RR is not a command. Okay, yeah, the shot goes wide. And that brings us to Whistler.
Okay. So did anyone say what his aura of death, how far it is?
Zashi would have mentioned, I think it was about 10 feet from the bird that she
Okay.
initially felt it.
Okay. Well, we're gonna find out. So he's gonna activate. It's a bonus action to activate the ring, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. He'll activate the ring. Or is it a action?
It's a bonus action.
That's a bonus action. He'll activate the ring. He's gonna fly within 15 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Is Flap still alive?
Flap is still alive.
Okay.
Harry in the mine.
Then he will cast Dragon's Breath. We'll go with Acid
Okay.
on Flap, who's holding his action. So Flap is immediately going to then shoot it out.
Okay. So this stream of acid comes from the bat that's hanging on.
What are you feeding Flap?
The wrong stuff.
And that's a dexterity save, right?
Probably. Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure 13 fails.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Just. Okay. That didn't give me the.
Provided it has one. I love that note.
That is amazing damage rolls right there.
Yeah, it's almost minimum. Okay.
It's a bat. What do you expect?
Yeah,
And then I
like-
fly back.
It really looks kind of like projectile vomit. Like you think.
I fly up, Flat spits a loogie, and I fly back.
Yeah.
Good teamwork, guys.
So that was what did I say it was currently? It taken 55 points of damage, so now it's 59 points of damage. I would I'm mentioning this because I know what its max HP is and has a lot, so I need to like I would appreciate you guys helping me count up the
sure.
damage.
I actually thought it was 56 earlier, but
Okay, if it's 56, that's fine. I was either 55 or 56, so it's at 60 points. It's taking 60 points of damage.
All right. I will start writing it down.
All right, and it's now Flap's turn.
Skip J.
He's doing the same thing.
Okay.
Holding his action for when he's in
Oh, Jay. Sorry.
15 feet.
I forgot about Jay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, she's just gonna vicious mockery, like, haha, you got spit on.
Okay.
So yeah, DC save wisdom.
11.
Misses.
It is going to use a legendary resistance, though.
Damn it.
It really doesn't want disadvantage on its attack.
I know. Well, that's the whole point of being here. God. All right. Fine. Then she uses her bonus action to cheer on Resplendent. And now I'm done.
So Flap is holding. That brings us to.
Actually, yeah, no, Flap will just fly out and do it again.
Okay.
He'll fly out and do it again and then kind of fly back.
Okay.
I have faith in you, Flap.
16.
Yeah, that makes it.
Okay, so it takes half damage from this.
Yep.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, with Dragon's Breath, can you pick any Dragon Breath weapon?
Any of those.
It's
Acid.
any of the it's like any of the actual like book
Yeah.
dragons.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, it would be totally awesome if I could have Radiant
I-
Resplendent, but it's not on the list.
Mhm.
Maybe.
You'd have to develop the spell, which you can
Yeah.
do. I'm perfectly fine with you developing the spell, but
So
the okay, so that's Flap's turn. Zashi's turn.
Did the Phoenix take that full damage?
No, he took half.
He took half.
Okay.
So
Which
that's
was still better than my
64.
full.
Yeah.
All right. So that's 64.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get up there and attack it.
Okay.
$18 to hit.
18 hits.
I am going to smite.
Of course. You get the extra D8 because it is undead.
D8 plus
Slide it up.
4. No, plus 3. And then
Oh, please make a Constitution saving throw with advantage.
okay.
Well,
I
as you get
will-
close to it.
3d8. All right.
Oh, ow. Okay, so 64, 70, 80, so 90. It's taking 90 points of damage.
Okay.
90
and
more?
you need a
No, it's total damage.
Yep,
is
90.
90.
Okay.
and you need a Constitution saving throw from me, correct?
Correct, with advantage.
And I have, I forgot I'm also blessed, so that's
Yeah,
3
plus
because of
4.
that.
Mm.
Plus 1d4.
Okay, you're fine. Oh well, you're not fine. You still take 5 points of necrotic damage, but well,
Well, no,
two
you take
2
3
points
or
of
2.
two.
And I take 2.
Yeah, we'll take
So-
2 points of necrotic damage.
All right. And then I will use my second attack.
Okay.
And I had forgotten that I was blessed, so I will add the d4 this time to my attack.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna
And
say.
It's a
I-
natural 1, so you whiff.
Yeah, I whiff.
Damn it.
That's okay. I did pretty good.
Any bonus action?
Yeah, I guess because we're trying to do as much. Well, should I save my smite or should I summon a spiritual weapon? Nope, that's concentration, and I
Spiritual
my
weapon
turn.
isn't concentration.
isn't it?
Nope.
Nope.
No, magic weapon is okay.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and cast spiritual weapon, and I'll have it on the other side of the bird from me.
Okay. What does your spiritual weapon looks like? The blade of the adder, right? Is the
Yes,
Okay.
it looks like the blade of the adder.
okay.
And I will go ahead and have it make an attack, but it misses.
Yeah, it misses. But D4. You still get the D4 on that too.
I'm having Rock maintain concentration on that as long as possible.
Are you
18
hit?
Then. All right, so that's 1.
But you cannot smite with this attack.
No,
Because you can only smite once per turn, right?
No.
no, I
it-
can
it-
Melee
smite
weapon
every time
attacks.
with my melee. So that's 6 points of damage.
mhm. But this,
So, can you-
but that is a spell weapon attack, not a.
yeah, okay.
So.
All right, so it's up to 96.
Yep. And so it's now its turn. It did not like that at all, so it is going to multi-attack Zashi.
Okay, it has disadvantage because of my protection from evil and good.
I'm aware.
Okay,
And remember, you have +1 to your AC.
yes.
You're the best person to be getting swung at right now.
Okay, so natural 1 misses with the
Mhm.
claws. Oh, well, it's first claw attack. Second claw attack is an 18.
Misses.
Okay, and now it's bite. It missed, so no sense in rolling again. It looks really frustrated right now.
I go ahead and stick my tongue out at it. Taunt it.
Brutus is absolutely cheerleading it up. Just like, go, Sashi, go.
Okay, so who is next after that? Would have
Good question.
somebody had a 21.
That's Bliss.
Bliss.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's still staying 60 feet back. We'll try Ray of Frost again.
Okay.
And is Bliss blessed?
No.
I don't think so. Misses again.
This
You
thing's
know what?
really scary.
Yeah, Bliss is trying.
You just keep trying, Bliss. You got this.
It's about that courage. Moral support.
Okay. And now it would be Brutus. No,
Was it Brutus or was it Storm?
sorry, Storm. It'd be Storm. Sorry.
My turn.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers on it.
Of
at
course
level
you
3.
are.
Fuck yeah. Oh, sorry. I guess that's one for now.
It succeeds.
It's our motto.
All right, so it still takes half.
Hmm. But it doesn't have to run away.
Does it look like the chain is keeping it from flying?
It's
Is that
it's you can. It looks like it's keeping it from like leaving the area.
Mm,
Hmm.
not necessarily.
But it's still on the ground for some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, it's still on the ground for some reason. So yes, it looks like the chain is keeping it basically tethered to the ground.
Okay. It's up to 104 damage at this point.
Okay, sweet. Well, that was half damage.
Yeah, I only took 8
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just
Because
want
it
to make
was
sure.
at 96.
Okay. And then that should now bring us to Brutus.
Yes.
Unless you have a bonus action, Storm.
No.
I can't both I can't both throw the javelin and then charge Gore, can I?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll do that.
You can throw the last javelin and then.
The last one. It'll miss this time. Because I got it last time. Yep.
That misses.
Yeah.
Don't forget your blast. Although the blast, well, if you roll a 4, you'll hit.
Oh. Okay. Then, oops, wrong window. Then I will give it a shot. Nope.
No.
Okay. So now I will charge in and gore what with my shiny horns.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You
yeah.
blast, but you automatically hit with blast because you can't roll less than a 1. So
Yeah. Well, I wanted to see.
okay. And go ahead and roll damage, and don't forget the Constitution saving throw.
Yes. Do this first. So for 14, I don't think the fact that it's just plain magic damage does anything else, does it?
No.
Okay. Constitution saving
So
throw.
it should be at 128 damage, and then
118.
okay. Oh yeah, 14. Not sorry. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I got a 16 on my Constitution.
You take 10 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Did you remember to add the D4 to your constitution?
Yeah, I did not roll well.
Okay.
That was a rough one.
Okay.
But yeah, okay, so that's it for Brutus.
Okay. And then it should be
I think Rock.
Rock.
And he's gonna maintain concentration on Bless because that's been helpful.
Okay.
So the only other attack he has is he has a crossbow. So I guess we will fire that.
Okay.
+1. Holy
Natural 20. Go ahead and roll
You know why?
damage.
That's because it's Stefan's character and not mine.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, why does he have a -1 on his damage? What did he do? Oh, because his
Because his
Dex
dex probably
is
sucks.
why? God, I really should have taken that conversation with that boy. God. Oh my.
That's why he only has a +1 to hit on that thing.
Yeah, I know. I knew I should have helped for 3 damage.
Well, no, technically 4 times 2 is 8, so 7 points of damage.
Oh right.
Because you crit.
Yeah.
At 25 now.
God, I'm gonna kill Rock off and have Rock Jr. show up. Same dude, just different build.
Okay.
Okay, that's it for him.
Okay, and then it should be Resplendent, who first she's gonna have to roll a d6 to see if she gets her thing back.
What are we at for damage, Becca?
125.
She does not, so instead she will what would she do? She is going to cast Shield of Faith on Brutus.
Okay.
So and which is a bonus action.
And 2 to AC.
Yeah, add +2 to AC. And then she is going to take the dodge action.
Oh, I don't see it doing anything giving me an extra action.
Huh? No. Resplendent. It was
As a bonus. Sorry.
It's
I
cast as a
misheard.
bonus action, and then Resplendent is taking the dodge action.
Okay. I got really excited, like, oh, did I forget Shield of Faith does that? I had another action. That would be so cool.
And then it's going to be and then it's going to be Oben. But still with disadvantage because he's still being weird.
Being a butthead.
Wow.
Yes.
Too bad it was a disadvantage.
Yeah, he
God.
still hit.
Yeah, but that would have been nice to get that. Open, focus.
So you hear a blam as a wow, still does decent damage as a bullet clips the phoenix right in the beak.
All right.
So what is it at? Sorry.
137.
Okay. And then it should be Whistler.
Okay. So Whistler is just going to cast False Life on himself.
Okay.
Okay.
You rolled minimum. Again.
My rolls are amazing. Okay. Yeah, and just he wants to stay still flying. He flies a little bit back. He wants to be he's in the air, at about 60 feet away from the creature.
Okay. And then it would be Jay.
Vicious Mockery again.
Okay. Oh, that's a D10, not a D20.
No.
And that legendary resistance does not want disadvantage on the attacks.
Cheater.
Hey, it's down to 1 legendary resistance, so
I know. Chipping away at him, but I guess that's 3 damage.
no, it's no damage. You don't get.
What? Oh yeah, God. Okay. For some reason, yeah.
Hey, it's burning legendary resistances on cantrips, so like.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I won't. Never mind. Okay, all done.
Okay, Flap.
Yeah, Flap does the same thing, flies out within 15 feet, and then flies back as far as he can.
As a stream of acid comes out of his mouth, which it's able to dodge decently.
Again.
Stop it.
So 6 points of damage.
Uh-huh.
Is that 143?
Okay. Zashi.
Oof. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna hit it again.
Track it. It's a slippery Boyd.
Oh,
Natural
I
20.
am definitely
There's the
gonna
big smite.
smite. I'm gonna use a second level smite on this.
Okay.
Do it up.
So, oh boy.
So that's what weapon it's your and don't forget that it's also and I forgot last time it has vulnerability to this. So please separate out the radiant damage.
I have been.
Okay.
Okay, so it would be 4d8 of radiant damage, right?
So 8d8.
Oh, yep, 8d8.
Okay, Azachi.
Oh, okay,
So 86 plus what was it at?
86. It was at 143.
Yeah.
So that
Well,
puts
you had
it,
to roll 8d8 though on a second level. So you double the dice or you double the result. You don't do both.
yeah, but it has
Right.
vulnerability
Okay, so
to
it's
radiant damage.
7,
So
8, 9, 10, 11. Hold on.
Right.
11,
Second level
12,
smite
4,
is
50.
3d8.
48 because it's undead.
All right,
So I actually have to. Sorry, I have to do math. This is why I wanted
yeah,
you.
I'm doing the math right now. So 7 and 4, that was 11 plus 4, so that's 15. That is just the regular damage. So 43 minus 11, that
Minus
is
15.
32. Well, I didn't do the plus 4 to it. I was supposed to. I forgot to add the
Okay.
plus 4. So 32 times 2.
64.
64. All right. 6, 7, 8. 5,
Holy hell.
58, 64. 2, 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's at 222 damage.
It's looking really hurt. It's still up, but it's looking really hurt.
Yep. Okay, I am going to use my second attack
Okay.
and miss.
And miss.
But then I am going to. I should be able to use my bonus action
Section
to
to
hit
use your spiritual weapon, yeah.
You do still have the D4.
Right.
I know it wouldn't have mattered for the 10, but maybe for the spiritual weapon.
Maybe. 19 to hit.
19 hits. It doesn't matter what you roll. It had 2 hit points left. How do you want to do this?
Oh, so after Sashi's initial slash and with radiant damage sparking through its flesh and missing on her backhand, the magical weapon just like pierces right through its skull as it is slightly distracted from the radiant damage.
Okay, as you do that, the blade of the adder pierces through its skull, then whips out and decapitates the bird. Its form becomes this weird black mote of energy, pulses, and then you can see that chain starts wrapping around it multiple times, comes out of Sandy's body. So that black mote starts getting warmer and warmer, turns orange and then red and then this brilliant light blue. The chain pulls it into Sandy's body. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw that's within 120 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even gonna roll for flat because he's got 1 hit point.
15.
Let's see. So 4 negative 1. Pretty sure we all eat it.
Actually, no. Most of you managed to save. Anyone who rolled less than a 14 will take 30 points of radiant damage.
Jay's dead.
Jay was within 120 feet. I thought she was back with Miss Seraphis.
Yeah, but wasn't that
Resplendent.
60
I'm
feet?
Resplendent.
Resplendent was 60 feet away, I thought.
No, she was further back.
She was further
Oh,
back.
It
well,
was
then-
60 feet.
Yeah.
Well, then Jay wouldn't have been able to cast any of her vicious mockeries.
It never. Well, that's fine. It's never been.
Okay. Well, then no, but you said 30 points?
Yeah.
Rock has 1 hit point. Because he ate that 30. He was the last roll.
No, everyone else. It's not even half damage. It's no damage from this. Is
Alright.
an explosion. Sandy's body is gone. Just like, and in its place is this brilliant white, blue, and red phoenix. It's just staring down at you. It's the flames die out. It looks like the most brilliant rooster ever. A giant peacock-like tail streaming out from the backside of it, and it just stares at you all and bows its head.
Sandy? I bow my head back to it.
I hit it with a lightning bolt. No, not really.
Blah!
Killed Sandy again.
Can you talk?
So Zashi actually
In your mind, you hear, "I can talk," or "I can communicate," not "I can talk."
Okay, cool.
Are you Sandy or the Phoenix? Or
I am
both?
all that gave their lives to me.
Sandy didn't have a life to give.
Is it talking to all of us or just the people talking to it?
It's talking to all of you.
All Whistler is thinking, just give Sandy back. Or I will hit you with a lightning bolt.
Make a charisma check.
Yeah, that doesn't go well. Oh, it's even worse than that because that's a save.
Mm.
Mhm.
Oh no, it actually is the same thing.
Yep. It looks at it, it's like, I cannot give you in back quite yet. However, if you so desire and you need his services and he is willing to return, you see it like focus on the ground and these ashes swirl around, and yet again Sandy's body returns to
So, what's your name? Or
What
do
should
you-
we call you?
I have no name, have never needed one.
Is there something you'd like us to refer to you as? This is probably Jay talking, because
Yeah, I believe this should be our only meeting. I have been trapped in that form for entirely too long.
Oh, well, I'm glad you're free now, and that'll be Brutus.
Yep,
What was
glad
that
we could.
chain?
Hmm?
What was the chain? I mean, because I'm thinking I can actually talk to this thing, so it's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
That chain, somebody just beyond the horizon, and it indicates back towards Malys, took a soul in need of redemption and
Huh.
used that guilt to chain me so that I could not chain the form that I previously was, so that I could not. My wrath was held in place. Is there anything I can do for you?
I honestly don't know unless there's some sort of
Perhaps.
boon you could grant us.
I was gonna say perhaps.
And do you have a way that we could call you if we need you?
I wish not to be bound to another service.
Not service, just that you could choose whether you show up, but just so we could communicate with you if there's something going on.
I can offer you this. And it kind of shakes its head, and a brilliant feather, rainbow in coloration, falls to the ground. Very similar, actually, to another feather you recently got.
Mm.
But if you hold this, you can communicate. You can talk to me wherever I might be, as long as I maintain on this plane. Also, it has some abilities to aid those who heal and those who use divine flame.
Ooh. I pick it up.
Okay.
How long have you existed?
In this form, you were witness to my birth, but the cycle I have existed since the cycle of the universe began, and will exist until the last star winks out of existence.
What happened to Malys?
My gaze was not on the city when it fell. However, I had heard rumors from other mortals such as myself. They tried to violate one of the basic laws of magic. They tried to take the power of the gods into themselves and were punished for it.
Did it work though?
Unfortunately, yes. I would
Yeah.
not. I would not look down that path.
Don't follow in their footsteps. It won't work out well for them or anyone after them.
Their hubris doomed countless souls, not only their own.
How was yours doomed?
I was foolish and was trapped by or assaulted by a creature that I thought was my friend. Vampiricism is the opposite of immortality.
So it was the vampire that did it to you.
You want us to go get him?
I wish nothing more to do with her.
Understandable.
I'm just flying down and pulling away Sandy's body before anybody destroys it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing Brutus would be interested in is protection for the crows and Malys in general.
Yeah.
If there was
So-
some kind of...
Zashi's starting to actually braid the feather into her hair.
Okay. It doesn't do a lot for you when I explain what it does, but okay.
Yeah, I might actually give it to Rock or someone else, but for the moment, because I was so close, I picked it up and I'm starting to braid it into my hair.
Okay.
Because it's pretty.
How big is it?
It's huge. It's like
That's what I was picturing.
It's like giant.
Yeah, it's like almost as tall as Zashi is. It's just hanging down her back.
just one long feather. It looks like a beaver tail flapping out in her hair.
And when she realizes how ridiculous she looks, she'll probably stop and take it back.
Rock, by the way, is probably standing to the side healing himself as the one who took the most damage in this. He's just sitting there and being like, heal, heal, heal.
He should be more dexterous.
If he'd had time, he could have ducked in his shell, but he
At
didn't
which
have
point
time for a boat.
the phoenix is like, if there is nothing else, I would very much like to be on my way.
No, enjoy your freedom.
Bye, nice meeting you.
Glitter following its tail as it takes off, flying basically towards the sun.
It's so pretty.
That went well.
So what that feather does is anytime you cast a healing spell, you add an extra dice of the type that you roll. So like if you're doing healing word, it's an extra D4. If you do cure, it's an extra D8. And same thing anytime you cast a fire spell.
Okay, so I will hold the feather up, and I will look at Whistler.
It is an attunement item if that's not clear, by the way.
Yep, I kind of figured. I will look at Whistler.
Whistler
Storm,
is
and Rock.
like leaving the area. He's like flew
Dragging.
over. He's grabbed
Sandy.
Sandy's body, and he's like trying to get it out of view sight of everybody else.
Before it explodes again.
That's just what he's doing. He didn't explain why.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think we kind of understand. Whistler Whistler wants to bring Sandy back, and he thinks the rest of the crows are going to just demolish Sandy's body before he has a chance to.
Well, he better start hurrying.
We buried him appropriately last time. We wouldn't desecrate.
I'm starting to think we should start cremating.
Right? Well, no,
Get ready with another word.
it's
You'll have lots of kids. You can keep it going.
All right, so since Whistler's running away, Zashi will turn to Storm and to Rock and hold it up. It's like, it's kind of the way the Phoenix described this. Do which one of you guys thinks that who do you think this should go to?
I don't know. I have healing stuff, and looking in the future, I'm probably going to have fire stuff, but I don't know.
I was going to say, yeah, do you also have fire stuff? Because I'm looking at his sheet, and there's a lot of healing. There's not a single fire thing, though.
Yeah, he won't. So he won't get a good fire thing until he gets flame strike.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe Storm for now.
Yep, I will hand the Phoenix feather over to Storm.
All right.
Which really is about because Storm is a little kitten, so it kind of looks ridiculous right now.
We should adhere it to a weapon. So you have this little dagger with a massive coming off the pommel. Or
Yeah,
tie it to a string and a stick, and it's a kite toy. And you can just dangle it, and that's how we get you to follow us into battles that you don't want to be a part of. Storm, come
You're
here.
not supposed to be telling my secrets.
Here, we're put a bell on it too. Storm.
I'm just glad Zashi and Whistler both made that save at the end,
Oh, God,
me
yeah.
because that
too.
could have killed Whistler
Again.
Yeah.
again.
Again.
Oh yeah. I was really afraid of that.
Well, so I want to say that was the best fireball roll I've ever done.
Really?
Yeah.
Usually I roll 8d6 and it's like 1s and 2s across the board.
So
Well,
once
because you have your cheats on.
once the Phoenix leaves and we start heading back, I don't know if Whistler is strong enough to fly with Sandy's body. If he's not, Zashi will help carry the
Oh, yeah.
body.
Yeah, he's easy to track. And I don't think he's strong enough to fly with. He's barely strong enough to drag it.
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah,
Strength
when
is
Zashi
12, so.
yeah, when Zashi catches up to Whistler, she's gonna say, "I understand. We are not destroying his body. Let me help you with this burden," and she will help
Okay.
you carry his body.
I will
You
tell
trust
you,
Zashi.
you're no longer in a time limit. This body will not decay because of the way it works right now. Before you cast the spell, I need Terry here because I need to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I know. And I talked to Terry, and I told him I wasn't going to do anything this session.
Yeah.
And then it was 10 days later.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well. Yeah. Well, I needed to hurry this up, but I also didn't want to take away that storyline. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. There are threads that have to be tied up.
Mm-hmm. And now you guys have a Phoenix, which I need to give you guys your experience points for that.
Yay!
And then we will stop for the day, and then we'll figure out where you guys want to go next. Probably the subway. The subway I mentioned.
Yeah, our magic subway.
Yes.
And followers are still not gaining XP, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Although you guys after this, you guys probably can level all your followers up to level 4.
Up
Oh,
to
yeah.
level 4?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow, really?
Oben is already level 4, correct?
Yep.
Do you want to give me his character sheet information so I can run
Yeah,
him
I'll give
for
it to
you?
you. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Also, while you're helping carry Sandy, Whistler will hand you back the ring.
Okay.
Okay, so give me a second. I have to calculate something. And thank you, Becca, for keeping track of the hit points.
You're welcome.
It had 225 hit points, if anybody was wondering.
So I guess Zashi will put the ring back on and let Whistler know. Just let me know whenever you need it back or you need me to de-attune to it.
Everybody gets 1,400 experience points.
Well, while you're attuned to it, anyone you give the ring,
Mm-hmm.
they'll share your hit points. Basically, it's like a reverse warding bond.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which means it's also kind of a weird, like, you could theoretically deceive somebody into wearing the ring.
Yeah.
But yeah, 1,400 experience points to everybody.